Wait, what are you doing here? I thought this was a party celebrating my achievements in composition and musicianship.
Well, I haven't the faintest idea what you're going on about, when this is a party celebrating my fantastic scripts and librettis.
What an absolute crock of...
Hold on.
Gilbert, Arthur Sullivan, you're grown men. Take a deep breath and calm down.
What is this whole thing about?
This is an intervention.
An intervention? What are you intervening?
You both need to come to terms with the truth. You work better together.
Gilbert's sublime lyrics and Sullivan's keen musical sense are beautiful when together. We want to showcase your collaborative successes through this review.
Look, you wrote a pretty little song for us pretty little fairies.
Let's give you our best performance of Tripping Hither, Tripping Thither. We don't know why or whither.
We must dance and we must sing round about a fairy ring. Tripping hither, tripping thither, nobody knows why or whither. We must dance and we must sing round about our fairy ring. Tripping hither, tripping thither, nobody knows why or whither. We must dance and we must sing round about our fairy ring. We are dainty little fairies, ever singing, ever dancing. We indulge in our vagaries in a fashion most entrancing. If you ask the special function of our sexy motion, we refine the function that we have in any notion. No, we haven't any notion, any notion. Tripping hither, tripping thither, nobody knows why or whither. We must dance and we must sing round about our fairy ring. If you ask us how we live, lovers all essentials give. We can ride on lovers' sides, warm ourselves in lovers' eyes, bathe ourselves in lovers' tears, clothe ourselves with lovers' fears, arm ourselves with lovers' darts, hide ourselves in lovers' hearts. When you know us, you'll discover that we almost live on lover. Yes, we live on lover. Tripping hither, tripping thither, nobody knows why or whither. We must dance and we must sing round about our fairy ring. We are dainty little fairies, ever singing, ever dancing. We indulge in our vagaries in a fashion most entrancing. Most entrancing, most entrancing. Tripping hither, tripping thither, no whither.
What stupid little lyrics those were.
Oh, excuse you. The problem was the tempo. It was ridiculous. Ah, Princess Ida. What a joy.
Gilbert, I would prefer if you would refer to me as Professor Ida right now. I think you both need to sit down and hear my tune.
Oh, please. How will you be any better than those two little fairies?
See, this is the problem with men, always underestimating us. Please listen and let Princess Ida, PhD, give you a lesson.
Stupendous. What repetitive lyrics you wrote. Run out of ideas.
We've only heard songs for female characters. Ugh, I can assure you I have written much better.
No need to fear, we are
Gondolieri,
two of the manliest men
in all of the Gilbert and Sulliverse.
Oh, how inventive. A portmanteau of universe and Sullivan. What about a Gilbert verse and Sullivan? Certainly that is more pleasant for everyone's ears.
My name comes at the end, so I get the universe. That is, besides the point, the song is going to start.
Gary, it's quite honorary, the trade that we ply. For gallantry noted, since we were short-coated, to beauty devoted, Giuseppe and I. When morning is breaking, our couches forsaking, to greet their awaking, with carols we come. At summer days nooning, when weary lagooning, our mandolins when vespers are ringing, to hope ever clinging, with songs of our singing, a vigil we keep. When daylight is fading, enwrapped in night shading, with soft serenading, we lull them to sleep. With soft serenading, we lull them to sleep. With soft serenading, we lull them to sleep. We're called Gondolieri, but that's a Gondolieri, gondolieri, tra la 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 la, tra la 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 la. Gondolieri, gondolieri, tra la 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 la, tra la 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 la, tra la 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 la, tra la la la, tra la la la. Tra la.
Oh, they weren't kidding about lulling you to sleep.
I mean, what did you expect from a song about a boring career?
Oh,
God.
Well, my job is much more interesting, I assure you. As serving sailors at the H.M.S. Pinafore Club, selling them toffee, tobacco, and maybe some prohibited substances.
Oh, Little Buttercup! Are those your arms? Your collarbones? Oh, God, no!
Simply scandalous. This frock would never have flown back in our day. Women covered their ankles, you know. Well, get on with it.
I'm called Little Buttercup, dear Little Buttercup, though I could never tell why. But still I'm called Buttercup, poor Little Buttercup, sweet Little Buttercup. I've snuff and tobacco and excellent Jackie. I've scissors and watches and knives. I've ribbons and laces to set off the faces of pretty young sweethearts and wives. I've treacle and toffee, I've tea and I've coffee, soft toffee and succulent chops. I've chickens and conies and pretty bolognas and excellent peppermint drops. Then buy of your buttercup, dear Little Buttercup, sailors should never be shy. So buy of your buttercup, poor Little Buttercup, come of your buttercup, boy.
what an outrageous misinterpretation of that song! Buttercup is supposed to be old.
I am definitely not buying what she's selling.
You silly actors and your artistic license. Maybe you're all the real reason Arthur and I have never worked well together.
That's not true. You two have created some incredible music together, like your patter songs. Everyone loves a good Gilbert and Sullivan patter song. So to remind you how amazing you can be when you work together, I want to sing your most famous and well-loved patter song.
Ah, yes! Modern Major General! Ha! I do love that tune.
Actually, no. Your other most famous and well-loved patter song.
You must be talking about It Really Doesn't Matter. The patter song was so nice, we wrote it twice.
No. Nightmare Song from Iolanthe.
I have zero recollection of ever writing that song.
Then allow me to refresh your memory.
When you're lying awake with a dismal headache and repose is tabooed by anxiety, I conceive you may use any language you choose to indulge in without impropriety. For your brain is on fire, the bedclothes conspire of usual slumber to plunder you. First your counterpane goes and uncovers your toes, and your sheet slips demurely from under you. Then the blanketing tickles you, feel like mixed pickles so terribly sharp. And you're hot and you're cross and you tumble and toss till there's nothing twixt you and the ticking. Then the bedclothes all creep to the ground in a heap and you pick them all up in a tangle. Next your pillow resigns and politely declines to remain at its usual angle, while you get some repose in the form of a shows without eyeballs and head ever aching. But you're slumbering teens with such horrible dreams that you'd very much better be waking. For you dream you are crossing the channel and tossing about in a steamer from Harwich, which is something between a large bathing machine and a very small second-class carriage. And you're giving a treat, penny ice and cold meat to a party of friends and relations. They're a ravenous horde and they all came on board at Sloane Square and South Kensington stations. And bound on that journey you find your attorney who started that morning from Devon. He's a bit undersized and you don't feel surprised when he tells you, I'm only 11. While you're driving like mad with the singular lad, by the by the ship's now a four-wheeler. And you're playing round games and he calls you bad names when you tell him the ties pay the dealer. But this you can't stand, so you throw up your hand and you find you're as cold as an icicle. In your shirt and your socks of black silk with gold clocks, crossing Salisbury Plain on a bicycle. And he and the crew are on bicycles too, which they've somehow or other invested in. And he's telling the tars all the particulars of a company he's interested in. It's a scheme of devices to get at low prices all goods from cough niches to cables, which tickled the sailors by treating retailers as though they were all vegetables. He'd get a good spadesman to plan the small tradesman first take off his boots with a boot tree, and his legs will take root and his fingers will shoot and they'll blossom and bud like a fruit tree. From the greengrocer tree you get grapes and green pea, cauliflower, pineapple and cranberries, while the pastry cook plant cherry brandy, old grant apple pulse and 3/4 and cranberries. The shares are a penny and ever so many are taken by Rothschild and Baring. And just as a few are allotted to you, you awake with a shudder despairing. You're a regular wreck with a crick in your neck, and no wonder you snore, for your head's on the floor and you've needles and pins from your soles to your shins, and your flesh is a creep and your left leg's asleep. You've cramp in your toes and a fly in your nose and some fluff in your lung and a feverish tongue, a thirst that's intense in a general sense that you haven't been sleeping in clover. But the darkness has passed and it's daylight at last, and the night has been long, ditto ditto my song. And thank goodness they're both of them over.
Yes, I do remember that song now. Beautiful music. It's a shame you can't understand a single word.
That's because you insisted on a ludicrous tempo. An Irish song was supposed to be a ballad.
Well, personally, I think that my song has a perfect tempo and perfectly comprehensible lyrics.
Oh, Duchess of Plaza Toro, please do go on.
There are many words I would use to describe William's lyrics. Comprehensible is not one of them.
Both of you be quiet and listen. Maybe you'll learn something about working with someone you don't like.
On the day when I was wedded to your admirable sire, I acknowledged that I dreaded an explosion of his ire. I was overcome with panic for his temperatic, and I didn't care a volt, for I feared the fault. I was always very wary, for his fury was ecstatic, his refined vocabulary most unpleasantly emphatic. To the thunder of this Tartar I'd knock under like a martyr. When intensely he was fuming, I was gently unassuming. When reviving me completely, I was smiling very sweetly. I was smiling very sweetly, very sweetly, giving him the very best while getting back the very worst. That is how I tried to tame his great progenitor at first, giving him the very best while getting back the very worst. That is how I tried to tame your great progenitor at first. But I found that a reliance on my threatening appearance and a resolute defiance of marital interference and a gentle intimation of my firm determination to see what I could do to be wife and husband too was the only thing required for to make his temper supple, and you couldn't have desired a more reciprocating couple, ever willing to be wooing. We were billing, we were cooing. When I merely from him parted, we were nearly broken-hearted. When in guns and colors nailed into the mast. I tamed your insignificant progenitor at last. So with double-shotted guns and colors nailed into the mast, I tamed your insignificant progenitor at last.
Where do they find these actors?
At least she could sing, but she was so strange. Yet, I think it's about to get stranger.
Hello?
Are you going to introduce your song like the others?
Can you hear us? Is that the problem?
They're just standing there like statues, or men who think they are statues.
Am I dreaming? What's happening right now?
Oh, I know. It's those statue impersonators from Patience.
It's clear that medieval art alone exists to charm and please its devotees a little best. We're not quite all we do as the early, but as far as we can judge, it's something like this sort of thing. You hold yourself like this, you hold yourself like that. Hook and crook, you try to look both angular and flat. We venture to expect that what we recollect, though but a part of true high art, will have its due effect. If this is not exactly right, we hope you won't upbraid. You can't get high aesthetics like trousers ready-made. Truth is on medievalism, time alone will bring. But as far as we can judge, it's something like this sort of thing. You hold yourself like this, you hold yourself like that. By hook and crook, you try to look both angular and flat. To cultivate the trim rigidity of limb, you ought to get a marionette and form your style on him.
Well, that certainly happened. Where do you get these silly little ideas for songs?
You're the one who was too lazy to write a full thing of music. You just wrote half a song and decided to repeat it.
Well, have you been enjoying the performances?
Gilbert, you talentless scoundrel, you take that back. You're a pathetic excuse for a wordsmith.
Well, you're stupid.
What's going on? This review was supposed to bring you together, not give you a platform to snipe at each other.
Maybe you should tell that to Gilbert.
You are both part of the problem.
I take no responsibility for this quarrel.
You are both acting childish.
Well, he started it.
Did not.
Did too.
Did not.
This review was meant to be a time of unity, and now look at it. Ceaseless fighting. Why must life be so hard for me, Princess Ida? Why must all my best laid plans go awry?
Well, I suppose I've no complaints about that song.
Well, I do. But I won't mention them right now. The performance was great, at least.
Who was that?
Some princess. Doesn't matter, really. Who are you, though?
Well, I'm Prince Hilarion, but I really do think it matters. I'm going to be meeting my betrothed, Princess Ida. I've heard she's gorgeous.
You mean you don't know?
Well, I haven't seen her in 20 years. Besides that, how much could I not know about my Princess Ida?
Oh, maybe just one thing.
Today we meet, my baby bride and I. But my hopes are balanced by my fears. What transmutations have been conjured by the silent alchemy of 20 years. Ida was a 12-month-old 20 years ago. I was twice her age, I'm told, 20 years ago. Husband twice as old as wife argues ill for married life. Baleful prophecies were rife 20 years ago. 20 years ago. Still I was a tiny prince 20 years ago. She has gained upon me since 20 years ago. Though she's 21, it's true, I am barely 22. False and foolish prophets, you 20 years ago. 20 years ago.
Why, Gilbert, quite the confusing lyrics you've written. Couldn't you have said there was a 1-year age gap in an easier way?
This is your problem. You have no sense of playing with characters and the audience.
Oh, please. I know how to have fun writing music and torturing the actors. In particular, a song from Pirates of Penzance comes to mind. Care to sing it?
I'm fine. No, really, I am.
Oh, well, now that you're here, you might as well.
I'd really rather not.
Sing it.
Fine.
Take heart of grace, thy steps retrace, wandering on, wandering
absolutely wonderful high notes on that one, Sullivan.
Oh, stop. Those lyrics really may have been some of your funniest.
So?
What do you say?
Don't you just see how you're better together?
Well,
I think we both agree that we hate you all.
Together!
Finally something we agree on.
Oh, seeing all your sad faces on this screen, I really feel like I am motivated to work together with this guy again.
Agreed. How about we write another show together?
Oh, let's make this one about a Grand Duke, perhaps.
That sounds great.
After the Grand Duke, Gilbert and Sullivan realized they still could not work with each other and ended their professional relationship.